I was on mute. Damn it. Ah, I had muted my mic. So let me start all over, guys. What's up, fight fans? And thank you for tuning in to another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin, and where the war fights start. Round one.
Round one.
So, thank you for tuning in, and I just wanted to hop on and give my breakdown to this fight before we go on live tonight and watch it. I'll probably watch just like the main event, but I wanted to thank everybody for sending me the love and support on my birthday. Today is my birthday, so I just wanted to thank everyone for reaching out and so I just wanted to get on and make a quick live stream because I'm gonna go on later, and then I got a little bit of probably cake or something to eat. You know what I mean? They're probably gonna put cake in my face. You know, so so I wanted to talk about this fight right here, and this fight with George Kambosos and Richard Hitchins. It's shaping out to be an interesting one right now because of the way that Richard Hitchison looks, his appearance. When I saw him on stage, I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" Like, they could be a lot of truth in the fact that he's really struggling to make this weight. So, in a sense, I started thinking, if you were to fight someone like, let's say, Subriel Matias, or like a really stronger guy, and you're really depleting yourself, to make this kind of weight, the chances of you beating an opponent like that with this weight cut probably would be a risky one. So, and then I start to see where George Kambosos fits in the equation. Get that title defense, try to anyway, to get that title defense underneath your belt. As you could see in my thumbnail, right? I put upset of the year. Could this be one of the biggest upsets this year? And I want to bring something out that I had talked about. Okay, guys? You guys been following me here around One Sports TV, right? At the beginning of the year, of every year, in the calendar year, I make a prediction about something that's going to occur in boxing. Am I right? Sometimes I give the year, the title of the year, upset with, be prepared to see your favorite fighter lose. And that was the one I think in 24 that I made. With this year's one, at the beginning of the year, I told you Bomac might have a bad year, a really bad year. Did I not tell you guys that? At the beginning of this year, if you guys been following me, that's what I said. I said, out of everybody, the lanes, I was like, Bomac might be in trouble with his fighters. Look at the Davis situation. Listen, you still got Terrence Crawford and I said he's just gonna be one of his stable was gonna be tested. And I knew it. The schedule, like I was like looking like these guys ain't fought, blah, blah, blah. I was like, so these are some of the things that like I see certain things in boxing. I view it a certain way. I don't like the way Hitchins looks at all. I don't. I think they zapped his power. We might not see the strongest version of him, but it might be good enough to beat a George Kambosos. Because to tell you the truth, Richard Hitchins is supposed to win this fight. He's supposed to dominate with his. Listen, you get me a fully replenished, hydrated, fighting at the weight he's the most comfortable, and give me the best version of George Kambosos. See what happens. I bet you he stops him. He'll stop George. George couldn't keep up with a real replenish rich. No, hell no, bro. But this version, now the fight's interesting. Now the fight's interesting. Cause George is gonna be you're about to see, yo, listen, you're about to see the strongest version of George Kambosos. He's moving up. He's not typically cutting all that much weight. He can make the 10-pound thing, yo, easy. So I was like, looking at it, I was saying to myself, damn, bro. Uh I took a quick look at it. I saw when they squared up like that. I paused it right there. I looked at him. I was just like, he looked too sank in for me. And I was like, damn, man. So and then I went back. I started looking at the weights that George Kambosos came in on his last fights. Then I went straight to there. Then I'm just sitting here saying to myself, shit could go wrong tonight. You know what really surprised Teal about George Kambosos, right? It seemed like George had fought his career, maybe planning to fight Teal. He was well prepared, and George had that hunger back then. He was a hungry fighter, and he didn't let doubt creep into his mind. Even when he was dropped later in that fight, he was a different kind of fighter. He had a different kind of mindset. Losing fights and being beaten in fights can take that out of a man. At some point in the fight, if you're really getting your ass whooped, you'll concede, you know, or you'll shell up and you won't start and you'll become a punching bag, So, but when he fought Tio on that night, George Kambosos, right? He was a different kind of. He had a different kind of mindset, and he surprised Tio. What he was good was on the catch and shoot with Tio and coming over his shot. And Tio is just cocky and arrogant. Yo, I'll tell you, I'll stand on this. 9 out of 10 times, Tio beats George. It's that one time Tio couldn't get out of himself, and his father saying, "Just knock this guy out," and Tio just could not get it together. Once Tio got dropped, he was in his head. You could see it in his expression. He was thinking about all the memes. He was thinking about the people. He was trying to like laugh it off, and he was embarrassed. Teal, he was embarrassed, and he couldn't, and he just kept swinging for the fences. He wanted it to get it back so bad that he abandoned everything he had learned as a kid boxing. If Teal would have just settled into his own, Teal would have rocked this dude. Thank you, Ness. Thank you. Thank you. Should, uh, should he rematch Tio? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's there's drama. There's um there's there's a lot of buildup to that rematch. If he pulls that off, hell yeah, I would do that. Jaron Boots Ennis is already announcing he's leaving to 154. So the fact that Tio wanted to chase that man down, he would even have to go into that much deeper water. So I think he's gonna have to let that go. Tio denied Devin Haney fight. So as far as the stars in the game today. George Kambosos pulls that off, his status jumps up. I would shoot the T.O. rematch. T.O. T.O. needs a fight. He just denied this rumored amount of money to fight Devin. Shit, George pulls that off. You got something there. Hell yeah, everybody wants to see T.O. get that back, including T.O. You know, yeah, hell yeah. I would have to say that that would be the most logical. And then Richard Hitchins is not going to kill himself. I don't believe to try to get the rematch. I think he just if he was to fall, right? I think he would just move up because it would say to him, bro, the reason why I lost is because I was so weight drained. That's why I lost. So I think, it would make sense for him just move up. If he was to lose to George, you know what I mean? Um, because I'm not sure George Camboza would want to fight Subriel Matias. I see Subriel Matias winning against Alberto Puello July 12th in New York, and he would have a belt. So if he was to be looking for a unification or anything, Subriel was the mandatory for the IBF, but the moment he wins that belt, that kind of takes that away. So he'll have no more claim to the IBF. And not unless George was to, hey, Subriel, I'll fight you. I don't see that happening. Tio would be the most logical, but to tell you the truth, he would also be the most dangerous. But you know that feeling when you go into a fight with a guy you beat? Where's the confidence at? It's gonna be your confidence is gonna be, it's gonna be high. If I whooped your ass, bro, and we fight again, all right. I mean, it can go one way or the other way, yes. Doesn't mean every time the guy that won the fight the first time should win the fight again. Demetrius Bivol and Arthur. They 1-1. So it doesn't always, I understand that. But you just have that confidence. George would have that confidence, and Tio would have to beat that confidence out of him. You know what I mean? Because tell you the truth, well, I'm not sure which one would be more dangerous. I take that back, right? Because Subriel would bludgeon, and I mean bludgeon, uh, George Campbell. I think that would be his last fight. I think if he was to fight somebody like Subriel Matias, George Campbell, Matias retires him. I put money on that. George would never fight again. That's a type of fighter you don't shit. If you don't have to fight a fighter like that, bro, fuck that shit, bro. So Bielsa, he's different. No fighter comes out of those fights the same. None of them. None of them, bro. Look at the history of all the fighters he fought. I'd rather fight Tio. At least if I fight Tio, he just gives me an old fashioned ass whooping. You know what I mean? Probably puts me away. Subriel doesn't knock out his opponents because he loves bludgeoning them. He hits you hard enough, and then when he sees your eyes roll back, he steps back and allows you to recuperate. You with me? Are you there? Yeah? Stay with me now. Bang, bang. Stay with me. Stay awake. Bang. Feel that. He'll give you some shots. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, shit. You hit me. You hit me. You're doing good. Bang, bang. Oh, man. Hold that. Oh my God, bro. That guy is just different. Every man is beatable. Every style is beatable. Some you're going to have to endure more than others in order to beat these guys. No one, and I mean no one, is unbeatable. and that's what I like to see competition. Even monsters like that can be dethroned by the most skilled of fighters or the most unlikely of foes. Upsets are good for boxing. They bring drama to the sport, excitement, the unexpected. Tonight, Richard Hitchins and George Kambosos, the night is yours. Richard Hitchens, I believe, has to set a statement here too. Remember, you know, uh, Devin Haney fought him, but went 12 rounds twice. If he can make a statement on George, showing the Haneys, I beat him better than you. Look what I did to him. Moving forward, right? Because now he'll be entering where Devin Haney's at. You see? So would that bring a story and drama, to a potential matchup between Devin Haney and Richard Hitchison? If he can beat George at give him a better ass whooping, I think so. I think so. You know, all this catch weight shit with Devin Haney. Yo, Devin, either bulk up a little, train, get your mind right, but enter a division where your fights mean something. You must choose, son. Either you're going to be at 140 or you're going to be at 147. Well, this 145 trying to make deals with fighters to fight at catch weights. Your last fight was what, at 144? So, thank you, my dad, but sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. Uh, um, where was I? Shit. Yeah, yeah. Well, Subriel didn't kill a man. No, he didn't. No, he did not kill a man. A man lost his life competing in the sport he loves. That's what happened. The desire to win. Mad Mads Derechek was an undefeated fighter, and he didn't want to surrender. And from the moment that tragic accident happened, it affected Subriel Matias as a fighter. At one point, he started going down in a spiral of depression. He suffered his loss, and he knew that he couldn't run from it. Subriel needed to embrace that night. And when I met Subriel Matias in Puerto Rico, I told him, I said, do you think that Mad Match Derechek gave everything that in that night in that ring to watch you fall apart and not become world champion? Prove to him that the man that beat him that night was worthy and was a champion, and that he fell to a worthy opponent. So, Brian Matias, every time you win and you win that title, you win it for him. Prove to him you're that champion. And I think that Mad Match Derechek gave his life to a sport he loved. If I had it my way, If I was to pass away, I would at least want to pass away doing something that I love to do. So it was unfortunate. It happens in all sports. We've seen it in the Buffalo game when the guy got hit in the chest, got carried off. NBA games, guy drops dead right on the basketball court. It happens. These men and women were chasing their dreams. Sabrina Matias, he trains every day and he fights every fight with the spirit of that man's memory, keeping it alive, continue to do the sport they both love. And that's how I see it. He's about to fight Alberto Puello July 12th. There are a lot of his brothers on this card. Puerto Rico, stand up. Please hit that like button. Hit the like button for me on my birthday. Show me the love, please. You know what I mean? And it's on Puerto Rico, you know. We got 3 or 4 big fights for Puerto Rico that week, including Amanda Serrano with the women's card the day before, and that will be shown on Netflix. So after that, if we're victorious, Amanda Serrano will start the weekend, so to speak. And we go into the Edgar Berlanga fight card. Uh, hmm. And then Subriel Matias against Alberto Puellos. And then we got Shakur Stevenson versus William Cepeda. Wow, Puerto Rico has got it tough. They got a tough night in front of them. Uh, and then being the fact that Amanda has already lost to her, Katie Taylor, twice. Yo, we got a tough night in front of us, guys. We really do. So I'm interested to see how how we do. We're going up against 4 separate flags. So it is what it is, you know. But yes, fight fans. Oh my god. Carlos, what's up, brother? Martinez, Ness Williams. Yo, shouts out to Keith Cologne. Yeah, listen. My man is 6-0. I text him right after the fight. He texts me back. I text his dad. I invited him back onto the show. Uh, After this, my little birthday clears up and everything. I'm gonna talk to him. We're gonna set something up for later on this week. Then uh I'm definitely gonna try to set him up something for the boxing voice too. Get the young man more exposure. Keith Cologne. Uh hey, this guy landed, I think, 3 punches. The other dude. So I was like, wow. If you haven't checked it out, he was the first fight on the card. You might have missed him. Go back, check him out. That's Keith Cologne. He's 6-0 with 6 KOs. So let's give it up for the young man, Puerto Rican fighter. Um, this is where you start to build your momentum, as a young fighter. So let's see what happens here. Yeah. Oh, what's up? We got the 5 piece. Thank you. Super chat. Hey yo, I see you on the boxing voice all the time. Yo, my man, you cool, right? You be trying to like look out for me with what's his name? Uh I don't even want to mention his name. I ended up saying his name and he appear on my channel. Yo, chill, right? But nah, that wasn't the first time I've ever been on with that dude. We've done that like 4 or 5 times. But you know what you hear what the situation is, man. Come on, man. How do you play that one, right? So thank you anyway. Thank you for the love and support, man. What? Why? What? Front line. Come here. You know, you know, uh, we have a lot of fights today. In fact, that's right. Nonito Donaire is gonna be fighting Campos, a 12 round, for the vacated WBA interim. Um, I wanted to check that one out too. What up, frontline man? What are you doing, bro?
What's up, you old fart? Happy birthday.
Yeah, man. I just turned 27, so yeah, feeling real young. You know. Oye, ¿qué dice este?
Feliz cumpleaños, you lost your way, Edwin. So happy birthday, you lost your way, but he spelled cumple wrong.
Right, but under what? What did I lose my way on? I can't figure it out. What did I say? Did you been paying attention to the show? What did I say? That I asked you to come on and help me remember.
I'm
Like what
trying to
the
remember. I'm lost. I'm lost with that.
I'm lost. Like I've been talking about too much. I'm like, let me tell Frontline to come on. And at what point did I say like, but
He probably fucking with you.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yo, did you see that Leanna Cruz and Chavez fight last night? The main event.
no.
I need you to go back because there's a lot of controversy behind that. A lot of
Really?
people, yeah, a lot of people feel that Chavez got robbed.
Oh, I
I
gotta
don't.
go.
I didn't see it. Um, it was a close fight for sure.
Was it?
It was a, but I didn't see. I didn't. I saw. A lot of people are gonna say I'm biased.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to talk about it because rightfully so, I would like to have a conversation with you, and this will be a one-sided conversation because I didn't see the fight.
I got.
I was out with my wife and everything. Um, like my birthday, I want it to be a couple days, damn it. You know? So yeah, that's
Well,
I
when
gotta
you
go back and check it.
when you get some free time, it was on the same one as Keith Cologne. It was on that card.
Yeah, I saw the when I got to the Keith Cologne fight, right? Um, I had saw that and she had came in and was let's go, and I had left during that time. So yeah,
Now it's all
hey,
good.
yeah, read the rest of those chats right there for me on the bottom.
I think he's quitting. You must have said that about a fighter or something. And then he said, no, just said that because it's one of your one-liners. No one hate, no hate, all love, Rowan.
Oh, right. No,
I guess
I
it's one.
thought
I
you.
guess it's one of your punchlines on the boxing voice when somebody gets
Oh
out of
yeah.
line. You tell them you lost your way. I'm assuming
Oh
that's what
okay.
it is.
I've had a tendency of saying a lot of those things. uh, but no. definitely the fights that we have right now in front of us right now with this George Kambosos fight right here. When you saw Richard Hitchins on the weight, what did you see?
I saw a skeleton,
A exactly what I saw, bro. Yo,
bro. He
he might be
it's
in
gonna be
trouble,
tough for
bro.
him. It's gonna be tough for him to make weight at 40 for his next fight, unless that's his excuse for ducking Matias again. You know what I mean?
Nah, I think he leaves the division
Because
after this fight. He gets what he wants. He gets
well,
the title. Yeah,
think about this. Whether Subriel wins or loses, right?
yeah.
If Subriel wins, then he'll be lucky and he doesn't have to move up because he doesn't have to unify. It's not mandatory for him. But if
No,
Subriel loses, he's Subriel's still the number one mandatory for the IBF
if he loses.
if he loses.
Right, 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 right. But okay, look, looking at it as a business move, what Richard Hitchin is doing is I believe he's getting that title defense under his belt for that IBF at 140. You get that out of the way. Once you beat you have nothing else to prove in the division. You can comfortably let that belt go, use the IBF ties to see if it'll get you a title fight in the above one, or you can always he could always enter a fight with Devin Haney somewhere in there. There's a lot of big fights to be made, but flip side to the coin, George Camboza wins. Somebody in the chat had said and mentioned, I forget who it was talking about a potential match or rematch with Teal, and I was like, wow, I'd welcome that, you know, rather than George Camboza because George Camboza, let's just be honest, frontline, he's not gonna fight Subriel Matias. I already broke all that down. You know what I
Right.
mean? He's not. You'd be crazy to do that. I'd rather fight Teal. So
Well, I think
it,
Teal's fighting hard to get a Haney fight.
he's not fighting hard enough if you're denying the money.
Well, let me tell you something. It'll be a shocker. What time you tuning in tonight? Because we got to talk about this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This was gonna be a quick show right here, but uh,
Tonight,
I,
what time you tuning in?
I'm gonna probably tune into probably the main event, or
Okay.
maybe the Cove from the Cove like up, because this
Well,
card is not because I'll
this will
see
be a
Andy Cruz, right?
this
Right.
will
I
be a
want to.
shocker if Kambosos pulls up the upset again to a New York City fighter.
I know, right? But I wanted to see Andy Cruz too, so I said the co-main event and the main event. I'll do that. It's my birthday, bro. I didn't want to stay on all day
No, no, no. I
streaming.
hear you.
You know what I mean? So I was like, let me see if I could get these in right here, and then go eat some steak and shit. So
You gonna take your old man nap now?
I can't. I got family coming over. They'll be here any minute. So So
But
anyway,
Dale, have fun, enjoy your day, and if you can't make it today, I mean, shit. People know it's your birthday. They gotta understand.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Yeah, we'll
And if
see
you
how it
can't, just
plays out.
do a recap tomorrow, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Hey, guys, tell me what you guys think. Hold on, I want to show you guys something.
He's gonna show you the depends that he got for his birthday.
Yo,
He
you know
wants
how
to
we
look
do here at Round One
old
Sports
enough.
Talk, right? I know you guys been noticing, right? But we stepping up our game. So when we go out to these fights, we could do reporting. Huh? Huh? Check it out.
Oh, my
Hey,
bad. I spoiled that. I said you was gonna show him your depends.
stop it. Yo, you see how the logos? Yo, that's fire, right? Yo, tell me, do you like it with the like if I when I because I'm gonna have one and I'll give the fighter that I'm interviewing, right? Is it better with the gray? Because Frontline seems to like the gray one, right? And I was like, and I got it in orange. So I was like, well, I like the traditional way. So what do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know gray or black, or should I just keep one gray and one black, right? I don't know. think the orange ones are pretty cool, but Frontline's like, nah, looks like golf. You know the golf reporters, they got the, you know. So yeah. Listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. Yo, Mexico Boxing, how you doing?
He's not happy today
Why? Because why?
because Chavez lost last night, and he feels that he got robbed.
Ah!
Go
Listen,
watch the fight, though. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want Mexican boxing to start talking shit in the chat, because then he's gonna spoil it for you. I want you to go watch it tranquilito and come up with your own
okay,
assessment.
okay, hold on. Let me mute my mic here. Boop. Yo, did you guys get the envelope? I see. Yes, I told you. Yes, thank you. Chavez is going down. Yes. All right. What happened? yo, just to stab at Mexico boxing, because every now and then he gets us with one. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go check out that fight. I gotta go check it out, and I'll really give my honest assessment on whether or not I feel like, yeah, he lost the fight or didn't. I'll
But
check it out though.
I will tell you one thing though about that fight. It
What?
was the best fight out of the whole card. The most action packed card. Fight
Okay.
out of the card. I'll
Okay.
give you that.
Okay. All right. So that's what's up.
And the good thing is that you're not watching it live now, so you can kind of speed through it, like in between breaks and shit like that.
Right.
Boxing fan says keep both. A side gets the gray, B side gets the other. Black is classic or orange to stand out, says K. Rivera. Carlos Navarro says it depends where they at.
Stop it. Stop it. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. Fuck that. Okay, yo, check it out. Right? So we could take off the gray.
Actually, now that I think about it, you know what? You should keep the orange one in your back pocket whenever you interview a clown. That should be hilarious.
Tio, come here.
Stop running.
Stop running. I'm running. Devin,
Hey, yo,
come here. Devin, stop.
18
Yo,
by 18 rings now for Turkey, huh?
that's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, let
No,
me
that's
tell you guys.
good.
No. Listen.
Here's why. Hold on.
No. Stop.
Nope.
Nope.
I got to wait, let me get this off my chest, and then you can say whatever
I'm
you
about
want.
to mute you. I am about to mute you. Your privileges of talking will be suspended. Chill. Let me say what I gotta say first. Okay. If you're thinking that the 18-foot rim always favors the pressure fighter, I think that that's where most fight fans are gonna go wrong. It can give the pressure fighter the false pretense in his head. The ring is small. The ring is small, bro. This is your fight. Go forward. And he walk into a sharp punch by a sharp shooter. Shakur Stevenson is real accurate with his punches, and it could push the fighter more forward to the pressure where he can walk into a firing squad. If you're thinking it always benefits the pressure fighter and that he ain't going to be able to evade or cut the ring off, well, he also is going to have to be in striking distance. And that's where fighters like Shakur Stevenson really live. So it doesn't always favor the pressure fighter. In fact, it could set him up for failure. Go ahead, Frontline.
So my theory behind this, why I say it's a good thing, is there's a difference between a runner and somebody who boxes and moves like Shakur. Shakur is not a runner unless it's against De Los Santos. Outside of that, you've never seen Shakur run. Now, same thing with Haney. Haney came in with a different strategy against Ramirez, and people criticized him. Now, there's a difference between running and moving. Shakur is a boxer mover, Puello against Matias. It's a mover, which means he knows if he's trapped, both of those fighters know how to get out of danger and step aside. That being said, the runners, quote unquote runners, are the ones that when they get in trouble, they don't know how to get out. You know what I'm saying? John BX send you a $5 super chat. Says, "Happy birthday, round one. Off topic. BoxRec changed Virgil Ortiz last two fights to no contest. Do you have any insight?"
Oh, whoa.
Is that another dirty Mexican that popped? Maybe.
What don't we know? I am on that, brother, and I will have a quick answer for you. That what's his name? John BX.
John BX.
Okay, I hope you're a member or a subscriber at least, and I will get right back to you tonight when we go live. Join us because listen, guys, as you guys all know, the Notre Dame's world title is on the line. Okay, it's where we judge the main event, and you have to pick the fighter and the round or the decision to win. You can't pick like I say 8, 9, 10 round. No, it has to be the fighter's name and the
The
round.
exact round
The
and the
exact
exact
round.
outcome.
Yes, and you are awarded the Nostradamus world title. We don't officially mail you a belt or anything. It's here stamped, but by us saying that you obviously know boxing. And Las
The
Vegas might as well be
sanctioning
calling
body
you.
keep the sanctioning body keeps very close track on who the winner is.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So
Although the host cheats a hell of a lot
I I
because
I,
he writes his
I
bets an
never
erasable marker.
Never. That has never occurred. Silence frontline, okay? Listen, I don't ask people for their predictions days out for the fight to get my prediction. You are just that you know you're reaching, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, before we go on tonight, what's you guys' prediction?
My prediction: you got to tune in and wait.
Damn, I thought I
Tune
had
in
y'all.
and watch.
Yo, frontline. So anyway, that's the game. That's what we do. You get a shout out. You get your name up on the board. Everybody recognizes you as a champion into the next main fight. Let's see how long you can hold your championship. And we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun doing it. So join us here at Round One Sports Talk. Those are the rules, and everybody can get to enter. You must have your predictions in before the bell rings. You must have your predictions in. We will not accept no more predictions after that. Okay? Those are the
Unless you're
rules.
Edwin. He's the
And
only
no,
one that can
wait, whoa,
take
whoa,
shit
whoa,
back.
whoa, whoa, whoa. All these accusations, look, I'm gonna have to talk to my lawyer because this is defamation of character. Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
Edwin. Have
yo,
fun on your birthday. Enjoy it with the family, and be careful on how you blow the candle.
you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not that old. Blow out the candle and pop a rib. Ugh, ugh. All right, fight fans, thank you for tuning in. See you guys tonight. Like always, I'm on to the next one after this one. Here at Round One Sports Talk, I guarantee you, Frontline is not going to win. And still, you know what I'm saying? That's how